Hey everyone, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is episode 6 of our Mothership sci-fi horror RPG campaign running through Radiant Descent. My name is John, I am the warden for the evening, and going around the horn we have...
I am David, playing David, representing all Davids. Well, I guess the level doesn't matter, the android.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matt. Tonight I play Thulsadu, and who reminds us, ask not what Thulsadu can do for you. Just don't, just really, she's got a lot on her plate. Just don't ask. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ted. Tonight I'll be playing Cromwell Dixon, and that android done stole my hat. Hey, look, there's Mike.
Mike, shut up.
Hey. Hi, guys.
We're introducing ourselves, Mike. You go next.
Yeah, you're next.
Oh, okay. I am Mike, and tonight I am playing Rick Sharpe, the Marine who's no longer a coward.
He's just inserted that in there as if that's like the case. You're actually still a coward. Nice try. Okay, so yeah, perfect timing, Mike. Geez, we're literally going around the horn, and you popped in right after.
I'm sorry, man. My daughters were giving me a very in-depth. I had to play this game where I had to guess the color of their new nail polish. I don't know.
How'd you do?
That's gonna be a long.
Well, Mike, my old Warhammer paint names did not fly. I was like, that's Space Wolf Gray, and my daughter's like, that's Sky Jelly. I'm like, I don't fucking know the answer.
Sky Jelly. Oof.
Sky Jelly.
All right,
but it's
some of that.
Okay, so it is now the 2nd of January. They have actually rested, but it is very early in the morning of 2125. It is 5:20 in the morning. They are currently in the lobby of Level 4, known as HEL, H-E-L, the Human Emulation Labs, deciding what they're going to do. They haven't actually stepped out into the lobby. They're sort of, the lift door opened, and they immediately pegged that there was 8 hemispherical, transparent glass enclosures hanging from the ceiling, and within those enclosures are, each enclosure was holding a security android wielding a machine gun, seemingly at rest, though, is where they are currently. Their goal, apparently, is to find the Artifact Experimentation Labs, at least the controls, where readouts happen, which Ghost Eater back on the bell had told them was likely to be found on this level. However, first, we need to do a retcon. I forgot to do something which is going to be very punishing for you, but too bad. It was supposed to happen last session, whenever you re-entered the deep from the bell. The moment that you step foot off the Acheron onto the deep one more time, again, I need all of you guys to roll a D10 and add that to your bend score. And we'll go around the horn. So, Mike, tell me what you do first.
I rolled an 8.
8, so you have a 23.
So that raises my bend score to 23.
Okay, David.
Let's see. That is another 8, which raises my bend score to 11.
Tulsa?
Okay, that's a 0, so I guess that's a 10. Oh, it's zeros when it's bad for you, but okay, that brings me up to a 19 for my bends. Yikes.
And Cromwell.
I rolled an 8, which brings me to 20.
Good roll, nice. Well done. Okay.
The hell?
Can I issue a quick thought on the bends?
Yep.
Sure.
Way too early speculation, but I thought it was worth throwing out there. We know what the bends is in the sort of nautical analogy, right? It's something you get when you reemerge from the deep too quickly and don't decompress. I don't know how that would apply to us in this sort of metaphor, but it may be informative to think about the terminology. I don't know. I was watching last episode and I was like, oh, the bends. Yeah, what is the bends? So just throwing it out there.
Here's like one thing that we've already noticed is that we feel a subtle pull, right?
Yes.
So it's the kind of thing that it seems like as it gets worse, we're going to want to stay there more and more.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Disquieting.
So you at the start of the session with those new Ben's scores, which you actually got back at the last session. I need everyone to make a Ben's check. So you're going to roll D100, and you want to roll for score or over.
Score or over.
D100, right?
Yeah.
I rolled a 16 under 23.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I nailed it. John. 76 over 19.
Okay.
I got an 81 over 11.
Ted?
Good.
How many zeros do you see, Ted?
They appear to have rolled it exactly.
Okay. All right. So, Mike, what did you roll?
I rolled a 16 and my score is 23.
Okay. All right.
Do I get cookies?
No.
It's not cookies, Mike.
Yeah, they've got cookies for you back in that that special room we found. Or at least
Right.
the milk to go with the cookies.
So, yeah. So whenever you guys
Nasty.
enter back in, and Sharpe, by the time you actually take the elevator down with the rest of the guys down to the human emulation labs, and you go even deeper, you have this uncanny sense. It just feels right to you that the deeper you're going, the more at home you feel.
Sure.
And so
Okay.
you have no desire. In fact, like the very thought of it kind of repulses you of leaving the deep to go back to the bell.
Perfect. He's gone native.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So there's that going on.
That's concerning.
Right. So
I'm sure it's fine.
and lastly, before I dive into a quick little recap, let me get stress counts.
I am at 6
Okay.
of my maximum or my starting of 3.
I am at 13.
Okay. After successfully de-stressing last episode, I am at 8 stress.
And I also de-stressed, and I'm at 8.
Cool. All right.
Since David was not here, does he get the benefit of the rest or not?
Oh, got to play the game to get the benefits.
Hell yeah, I love it. I was having too much fun down in the deep. Definitely not with Helen. No, not
Exactly,
with Helen.
So yeah, David, you're the only one that's in sort of a danger zone relatively. Everyone else is in the green. David, yellow. Okay, so yeah, last time was mostly dominated by your encounter with your first ghost in the machine, who ended up taking the form of a flickering holographic image. At least that's what it seemed to be, some sort of light phenomenon that seemed to be able to respond to you, of a little boy lost at Disney World whose name was Richie. You ended up calming him down after a little bit of a hairy situation, especially with Cromwell, by listening to him, hearing what he had to say, and then also building a furniture fort for him to hole up in. So you had then retreated to the bell, and you got all this information about from Ghost Eater about what to do with artifacts. Basically, like, don't know what to do with them, and given these hints that there is a special area on level 4 that comprised of 2 different rooms. One is a huge room called the Artifact Comprehension Experimentation Room, which only has access through blast doors out to space. And then on the other side of that room, which only has access from within the deep, is the Artifact Comprehension Labs Observation Room, which gives you all the readouts and the conclusions that the machines in the experimentation room are managed to get. So you have a number of different problems with that, a number of different obstacles to overcome. One is, of course, getting the need to actually put an artifact in the experimentation room from outside in space, and then having to go back around all the way down into the deep to get to the observation room to see what it finds out. In addition, there's time. It takes 1 to 10 days.
1 to 10?
1 to 10,
wow.
yeah. For the machines to thoroughly analyze any artifact. Okay. So That is the deal. I think you guys just wanted to go check out the observation room in general, right? Just kind of get a beat on it, which is the reason that you came down here, right?
See if we can figure out how to use it, like what the whole deal is. If we're
How
lucky,
safe
maybe
is it?
somebody's. If we're lucky, maybe somebody's analyzing something now. We can just zip around and take it.
Right. So you the actual path to get to hell is not that bad. Like you went to level 1, and then there's one of the 2 elevators on reception level takes you down to hell. It also goes down further though. It goes down to engineering and support, a layer lower than hell. Who knew? Of course, it's engineering and support. But yeah. So you stopped on the first stop, which is the human emulation labs. So we left off. You arrived in the lobby. The lift is opened. It was also a normal lift. It didn't have any creakiness, which Thulsa had fixed with the other lift that went down to Eden. Opened up, and there was a room, grime covered. Obviously, was once like a very clinical looking break area. And the most noticeable feature, well, there's all these like low bars with stools all around, working coffee machines, some old stale snack packs, and things like that. Very much an old like corporate break room. There are a number of exits out of here. There is 2 bulkhead doors, 1 airlock pressurization chamber door, and 1 normal door. And then the most dominating feature that draws your eye immediately is, as I described, there are 8 hemispheres hanging from the ceiling, each containing a deployable security android with a submachine gun in its hand. But they are each of them are sort of like at rest, so like they have their hands like in front of their belt, basically, right, with the gun sort of held in one hand. But they are all facing like the elevator door, basically.
So I have a question about these pods, and I think I know the answer because they appear to be equipped with the machine guns, and I assume that means they're also clothed in some way.
Yeah, and very basic jumpsuits though, and they're the security androids, so they're like the faceless ones, right? No expressions.
But looking at these pods, like they don't look like a birthing crash or something like that.
No.
Do they look more like a shipping container? Like if you were going to ship an android, you'd send it like this, or is it more like a deployment method?
It's deployment. It's deployment. It basically you can sum it up pretty easy. Like it's a pretty good security method. Like they can't fire their weapons. Like they're not mounted on anything, right? So they can't necessarily fire their weapons in the domes. But you can see that there's definitely like a hatchway in the base of the dome that would just allow them to deploy to like drop down like really quick.
Gotcha.
Remember, Ted, last session, John was like, "Is your shotgun out and ready?" And then I said, "Nope. It's like slung over my shoulder." And then I went into the room, and that did not set them off.
Yeah,
I do.
So
I do
it's
want
a
to make
rapid response security situation.
Sure.
Yes, exactly. That's the impression you get. Yeah.
I presume that you guys relayed everything that happened last session to David.
We'll say since they went right to the elevator, David, we can just say they picked you up on the bell and brought you.
Sure. One observation from I believe it was Cromwell about the nature of Monarch and perhaps a large language model or whatever, right? The assimilation of data and the way in which that might inform future construction. It may be worth noting, speaking as your wellness liaison, that if that's the case, the nature of our behavior in this space might inform the nature of our encounters in this space. If we lead with violence and cruelty and abandonment, we may find that the kinds of entities we encounter learn from that.
It's consistent with what we have seen so far, right? Like when we came in, that's what they were looking for. Do you have your weapons out or no? Mm-hmm. Without weapons, they do not care.
Okay.
I still think. I mean,
Monarch generally too beyond. Yeah, and I'm just saying in general, even beyond these like this encounter. Just I think it's a possible macro consideration. But yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go on.
So, John, would you tell me again that there's 2 bulkhead doors?
There's two bulkhead doors, 1 normal door, and 1 airlock pressurization.
John, did there seem to be, I can't remember if you mentioned this last time, bullet holes in the walls? And if there are they equally distributed, or are they shooting at people like at the elevator? Or are they shooting at people by the airlock?
I can't remember what I said last time, but if I did say there were bullet holes, I retracted. Their room is clean.
He said there were none.
Okay.
We asked that question.
Okay.
Okay. That's
And
good. That's good.
Does the airlock have a window or any kind of labeling on it?
It does, but it's at the far end of the room, so you haven't seen it. You guys are still all like sitting right in the.
Okay.
lift.
I'm going to step into the room, John, with my shotgun slung like on my shoulder, not in my hands.
Okay. So you can see Sharpe whenever you sort of bravely step forward. I just naturally, of course, your eyes are going to be on the security androids, and you can see that they shift a little bit. They turn to regard you, as you kind of move into the room. It's a little unnerving because they all do so in uniform, each in their own individual pods, and they don't have eyes, but you can just tell they're looking at you. You know what I mean?
I'm going to give them a very friendly wave, like a very like hello, and
Sure.
and I'll go I'm going to step to the middle of the room.
Okay. So in the middle of the room, Sharpe, you guys are all watching him do this. It looks like, I would say, the one that's closest to the lift keeps its eyes on the rest of the people in the lift. The other 7, though, now that he's in the middle of the room, kind of turn to face it. You know what I mean? Like they turn in different directions in order so that they're all looking down at it.
Okay. John, before Thulsa goes in, what's the cover situation like in here? You mentioned that there's some tables and stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty of tables.
So
There's stools and low bars and things like that.
All right, so Thulsa will come in. She's going to make sure that her hands are out and visible because they're, I think she has her case, but nothing harmful. And she's going to walk in the room and just towards whichever door seems to be nearest. If it doesn't say, then I'll pretend like it's the normal one, just to see, if anything is labeled there. But she's going to try to take a route that always is near something that she can dive behind if things go bad.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So you make your way to that normal door. It doesn't have any label on it. It looks like it probably did at one time, but it's since been like ripped off or just removed. Can't quite get it.
No keypad or anything on this door.
No keypad. Yeah. The androids, of course, do follow you as well. And their arms do not move and their guns are not raised or anything like that. It's literally just like body movement and head tracking, basically.
Can I follow Thulsa and again, very like slowly, I'm not going to get too close, but approach one of the bubbles so they're in like hearing range and attempt to talk to it?
Hello, they're all within hearing range. They're not like, it's not a huge room, by the way. It's like
so I'll just broadcast all of them. Hello, brethren. How goes your day?
No response.
No response.
Do they have mouths?
Just the depression of a mouth. You know what I mean?
Sure. Would it be fair to say that I might know some like sign language?
With linguistics, you have linguistics, right?
I think I have linguistics. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pantomime a simple like greetings, we come in peace kind of thing, and see if they respond in a way that they recognize the gesture, even though they can't hear.
Yeah, understood. They still no response.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right. I will stow my pistol and nail gun so they're not obviously in my hands, and I've got my lunchbox and my tool belt, and I'm gonna walk purposefully over to the airlock.
Okay, cool. So the airlock is the one door. It's also the largest and bulkiest that does indeed have a small sign on it that looks like it was there prior to, humans leaving, basically. And it says Human Emulation Labs.
Okay.
Oh, they've got it. That's okay. So this is as much about keeping people out as it is keeping people in.
Probably.
The lock and the security.
They might be able to vent the whole thing out to space if they needed to.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Or, Ted, they just have them periodically throughout the station. So if there's if it depressurizes, they can shut it down sequentially, right? So
yeah, I mean, you could do that with bulkheads too, but an actual airlock means, they're definitely taking care not to have cross contamination go through this, and that includes rogue androids.
Is there a window? A few minutes searching this room, guys. There was food and stuff like that in here.
Yeah, I'm game for searching, but I'd like to look through the window if there is one, John.
Okay.
Like planted right on.
Oh, Elvis time.
Oh, feet.
So dead. Hold on a second.
Oh my God, look at him.
Oh my God, he's turned into a little thud. You remember when he was like this big?
Potato. Okay. So turn goes by for when you guys slowly and carefully entering the room.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
All right. So I missed it. Cromwell, what are you doing?
I'm looking through the window if there is one. Otherwise, I'll check out.
There is none.
Okay, then I'll check out the airlock and see if there's any security on it, or if it's like something we could cycle through if we wanted.
Nope. It appears to be openable.
Okay.
Is that a word? Oh.
It is now.
Isn't it? Yep, we did.
Okay. I'm not going to open it just yet. I like Mike's idea of searching the room.
Okay. Okay. So another turn to look around. Are you looking for anything in particular? What?
Well, you said that there was food in the room, right? Like vending machines and whatnot. Was that this room?
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are. Yeah,
around and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like the coffee machines actually work.
Well, I'm gonna definitely get a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, it's early, man. Cup of coffee sounds good.
You can do that actually, and it's break room coffee, so it's on an objective level, it's not good tasting, but man, it feels really good going down.
I'm gonna, of course, I'm gonna light one up and say, anyone?
Actually, is there a cigarette machine here or any other kind of goods or services available?
I would re-up if there is. Yeah.
So there's no cigarettes, but it's basically like some remnants of some very stale packets of like.
Are there any of those honey buns? Are there honey buns, John?
No, there's no honey buns. No.
Bear claws?
Mostly just chips.
Hostess apple pies.
And nothing's been trashed, right? Like every other room we've been to, like all the stuff has been kind of wrecked, and there's been fights and stuff. So no evidence of violence here. All these machines are functional. They're not broken or anything.
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, I get a cup of coffee, John, and whatever pastry is still sealed, and I'm going to sit at one of the tables and just kind of like contemplate my life, my choices, and think about just how awesome it is here in the Benz.
So Sharpe, you're taking great satisfaction from that actually. And Sharpe, you notice that whenever you sit down with when you're making your coffee and you're pouring your little like powdered creamer into it, you notice that there is another cup, like another paper cup that's right next to like the one right next to the machine, basically, and it has a little bit of liquid left in it. It hasn't evaporated, like some coffee.
And it is coffee in it. It's not like pee or mucus or milk.
It's coffee, but it's like I'm talking like it's basically empty, but there's just like the dregs down below, but they're still in liquid form. It's like a drop or two.
Yeah. Does the machine, like if I were to, like, I don't know, and this is just me talking out of my ass, John, if I were to put my hand where the coffee is dispensed, is it still hot? Like hot liquid came out not too long ago?
Yeah, I would say
okay. So. I just will tell the other guys, someone's been here not too long ago.
All right.
Goldilocks.
Speaking of things to search for, is there a bulletin board or anything like that?
No, well, there's a bulletin board, but there's no
like relevant information. Okay.
All right.
Doesn't the union regulations require there'd be like the union?
The HR stuff is definitely
up there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to look. He's having a snack. That's great. I'm very curious where we are, what we're doing. I want to look at the two doors. I want to see how they are labeled. These are the two bulkhead doors we haven't looked at yet.
Yeah,
labels,
those are
keypads.
Yeah, so
just get
they're on opposite sides of the room, and they So one of them is on the same wall that the normal door is, that you're. So it's actually probably the one that you went to closest since you were looking at the normal door. That one it doesn't have a label on it, and then across the room from it is another bulkhead door, which is similarly not labeled, unfortunately. Both look like the normal door, like they probably did once have labels, but no longer do. Let's put never mind. Oh, never mind. I wasn't going to say anything.
and the two,
I sold that very poorly.
the two bulkhead doors, do they have keypad entries, or do they just look like they just have like?
They are normal. They don't have a keypad entry.
Okay.
But they're just like big heavy doors that you have.
And as I like get close to each of these doors, I'm assuming the androids are still kind of like pivoting to watch. Any change in their behavior at all when we get close to one door versus another?
No, but they are tracking you. They are moving around to make sure that at least one of them has at least one of you in sight at all times.
Okay. John, the floors are like tile, I assume, like a linoleum or a tile or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay. So no evidence of footprints or anything coming from one door to the other or anything like that.
It's hard to tell, frankly.
Okay.
Just like a lot of junk, yeah. But there's no like clear paths through the junk or anything like that would tell you things.
Okay. Well, guys, we have a decision point. What do you want to do?
I have a pitch.
Oh. Okay.
Well, and I'll pitch. You vote how you're going to vote. My pitch is go easy to hard. Go normal door that's open, bulkhead doors, and then airlock door.
Love that.
I was going to pitch bulkhead door on the grounds that it's the most likely to lead to the comprehension lab. Mm-hmm. I can't see it being on the inside of the human emulation system behind an airlock, but behind a bulkhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind going there, but if we're looking for the lab, I think it's going to be on this side of that. That's my theory, is on this side of that airlock. So one of the bulkheads is the most likely for that.
And I believe I told
I'm just
you.
going to say though, we found an artifact inside a bathroom, so which was not a secured bathroom. So I think Matt's point about searching like all the easy ones first.
Yeah, it makes sense. What were you going to say, John?
The Ghost Eater had told you, I believe, that when he was telling you that where the observation room was, that it was right off the lobby, like very, very close to the lobby.
That's what I thought he said.
Well, observation. If I understand correctly, we have an observation room and then we have a lab, and they may not be one and the same, right? One door may
one rooms.
Yeah. There you go. Then the smaller door is most probably the observation room. For the sake of thoroughness, there are no ducts or vents or any other sort of secondary passage points that we may have missed, John.
Not for human passage. There are certainly vents and things like that, but they're too small for passage.
I say we go small door first.
I do have a thought though, and it doesn't necessarily change what we're about to do here, but I can see the value in a artifact lab opening into space in the event of disaster, explosion kind of thing, whatever. And the need to sequester it from the rest of the station, and in particular the observation lab. It does seem like a prime opportunity for a secret door, if you know what I mean. Like, I think once we have established the spatial relationship of, which doors lead where and so on, I think it might be worth, poking around and trying to find another entrance or another route into that lab.
I love it. Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Let's go do that. Okay. All right. So we're going to do Matt's suggestion then, right?
Yeah, it seems fine.
Little normal door. Okay. And it was my idea, so I will try the knob. I'll open it up.
This is the normal, the most normal door, right?
The norm, yeah, one normal door.
Okay, cool. So you open that door up. It leads to a corridor that is relatively clean. It's got some debris on the sides and stuff like that. Paneled walls, relative corporate and kind of a liminal space. And you truck along that, and it leads to another normal door, almost identical to the one that you just passed through. Also unlabeled, looks almost exactly the same.
Okay.
You open that one up.
Sure. And nothing on the hallway, no art, all boring.
All boring, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. If there are no labels or anything around the edges that look interesting, I'll just open it up.
Okay, so you open it up and you're immediately taken by the size of the space. It's a massive industrial. Okay, and it is filled with hollowed out server racks. Right. It's so if you can kind of picture like a server room, like
Mhm.
big server farm sort of thing, right? But picture like all of the servers have been dismounted from all of the racks, so it's just basically like a skeletal works throughout this massive industrial space, like going higher than your eyes light reaches. And as far as the eye can see, it's very much like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, like warehouse at the end, but it's just like bones of server racks the entire way, right? And there's all this like super narrow metal piping that kind of connects all of them together and in between. So it's like this maze. The moment you open the door, you're assaulted by the smell of strong industrial grease and burnt out circuits, right? Like that super sharp, acrid smell, right? Yeah, and it's everything's like really quiet, kind of taking it all in, and you hear two sounds almost simultaneously. One is from deep within those racks, somewhere you can't even pinpoint because it's like echoing through the room. You hear the sound of metal shifting, like junk shifting.
Ooh.
But at the same time, you hear a loud bang of something hard hitting a wall from behind you through the door that you came through back in the lobby.
So the bang is in the lobby.
You hear it from behind you. Let's put it that way, like from
Okay.
beyond the hallway
so it
that
could
you
be
that
in the
you,
hallway. Okay.
Yeah,
To-
from beyond the
to-
hallway that you traverse to get to this room. You hear it from behind
Uh-huh.
you. At the same time, in front of you, within the room, you can hear the subtle sounds of machinery being shifted around.
This bang, John, can we get a sense of scale? Like, does it sound like not literally a door slamming, but something of that size, like a large metal sheet? Or does it sound like, I don't know, a pipe being hit against a wall?
More
You know
like
what I mean?
more like that. Like
Okay.
something smaller than like a door being slammed, but something hard hitting something else hard once. Going quiet.
All right. Someone attacked our security friends, perhaps.
Well, I think we would
Or
hear.
is someone trying to follow us and just rammed into the door or something like that? Do we
Yeah,
set
possibly.
up a quick ambush here in case like something comes through?
Well, it sounds like something is already in here.
Well, that
Here's like
too.
gravity is still functional.
Well,
And we have light.
we knew there was somebody drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
The room is actually lit, but not lit well. Looks like some of the
Okay.
lights are out. So it makes
So
it even
someone was-
spookier because it's like only parts of the skeletal works are sort of up behind him.
Someone was clearly hiding, I think, when we arrived.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah.
mean they're hostile. But yeah, why don't we deal with the known problem before the unknown problem? Do you want to backtrack and just face it head on? Just turn around and go out the door and see?
I don't know, like getting into any kind of melee or combat situation in a room full of like androids that will shoot you.
There's
if
a long
you pull out
corridor.
gun, seems
Well,
very-
there's a hallway. There's a hallway.
There's the corridor.
right,
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
talking
like
about going to
short.
the corridor.
Okay.
If we heard something right outside the door, it would be in that space, not in the android room. So
That's what I'm suggesting. Yeah.
I'm pulling out my revolver and I'm going to go look and see what's in the corridor.
All right, John, I'm going to cover him with my shotgun.
Okay. All right.
I'll follow. I don't want to be in the room by myself.
All right. So you turn back and you go back into the lobby.
Towards
no.
loud bang.
To the corridor.
I thought we were in the server room. And we heard something behind us in the corridor.
I said that you heard it behind you. You don't know if it's in the corridor or not.
That's why I'm turning around to look in the corridor.
Yeah, you don't see anything in there.
Okay,
And the door is shut.
Then I think the problem in the lobby is the lobby's problem.
I kind of want to. I'm curious. Can I go and I mean, here's the thing. We know that there's an armistice enforced by these security androids, which is why I feel more confident about interacting with someone in there. So I could take the lead as the psychiatrist if you want. I will walk through the hallway, open the door and say, "Hello, we're friendly." Anyone in here?
You're peering into the lobby.
Back into the lobby, yes.
Yeah, no one answers.
Do I see anything displaced?
Nothing seems to be displaced, and the security androids seem to be perfectly at ease.
Ghosts. It's ghosts, man.
You're about
it was just
So, David, you're kind of looking around carefully, scanning, real quiet, right? And you hear from beyond one of the bulkhead doors, very faint, like through very, very thick metal. Obviously, you hear a male voice go. You could tell like the voice is like shouting at the top of their lungs in order to actually reach you, but you hear a "son of a bitch."
Okay, I'll approach the door that they are at. And it's in a volume that I presume they'll hear say, "Hello, does anyone need help out there? Are you okay?"
I think these doors are like probably pretty soundproof.
We can hear them.
I could knock on it with a piece of metal, like Morse code style.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking to myself, like I don't think that what whoever's beyond there is doing would be able to be heard. So I'm going to say that you don't hear anything. No response.
Okay. And what is the mechanism to open this door again?
It's just like a manual. I don't know. It's an airlock. It's a bulkhead door.
Yeah, wheelie thing is the technical term, I think.
I guess, yeah.
I would open it, boys, but it's up to you. Because the
ahead,
androids
man.
are here. Okay.
I don't think we should be
this
afraid
far.
to interact with. We've had a couple interactions so far, and they haven't all been like dangerous. I say we interact. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and open the door.
Okay. So it takes you a little while to and it opens up. A male steps out from the side, and he's got like a like some sort of makeshift like pipe or something like that, or a bar, or a piece of steel or something like that. And he kind of comes up from behind you. He's like, "Who are you?"
My name is David. Who are you?
And he
kind of
peers around, and he's
careful. The androids will attack if you show violence. Trust me.
Yeah, they're all like looking at you, basically. Like right.
Yes. I gesture at all of them. There's no danger here, friend. What's your name?
He like points up, and he's like, and he nods in agreement. He's like, "You're right. I forgot." And he says, "My name is Caius." He says, and he is a pretty good looking older guy. He's got like a silver fox sort of guy, like pretty strapping for his age. He's probably around like 55 to 60 years old. And he's got like a shock of gray silver hair. What makes him even cooler, though, is the fact that he's wearing a really cool leather jacket, and he has a pair of vintage jeans on.
Are there any patches that look familiar on that jacket?
No patches, unfortunately. But he just looks like a guy who went through a midlife crisis, but came out the other end better for it.
All right.
Which is a rarity.
I don't know.
A lot of inspiration here.
Kai, his name was Kai.
Caius. And he's got
Caius,
like
what are your opinions about the Triumph motorcycle?
He has a very sharp look to his eyes too, as he kind of sizes you up, David. You can see too that his eyes are so sharp that they actually give away a lot because of how intelligent they are. And so you can see like he looks at you, sizes you up, and there's no malice or anything like that, but he almost casually dismisses you for probably pretty obvious reasons, and looks over your shoulder and gives like a more friendly look to the other three people in the behind you.
Certified human.
And then you actually notice that it takes you a second, David, because you just assumed that the voice that you heard him speak in was his own voice. And that's when it really kicks in that something weird is going on, because then you realize he didn't open his mouth at all. But you heard the voice. And then coming over his shoulder and hovering right near him is a small, multi-rotor drone that is just sort of hovering quietly in the air. And that is actually emitting the tinny voice that appears to be him.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then when you look at his because he's wearing the cool leather jacket, his popped collar. Underneath his popped collar, you see that there is a extremely ragged, badly healed scar that goes like the length of his.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh. You know, guys, it's a high likelihood with this group that you will end up murdering him for that jacket that you like so
Listen,
much.
speak for yourself.
Something's going to happen to him. We know that.
I'm gonna say
You divers?
We are fresh coffee in the pot if you'd like some.
Had some already.
All right. Was that your cup that you left behind?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't clean it up.
Oh, it's all good. What?
Listen, I'm busy in the room right now. I mean, you guys can have it later. Did you put something in the experimentation lab? Because I'm up first. I'm in the queue.
Yeah, no worries. We have time. How many days left on your queue?
Well, that's the thing, man. Like I thought this was the day when it was supposed to be done. And I'm looking at my fucking readouts here, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. It just pisses me off. The thing that's in the lab's probably just a piece of worthless shit. God damn it. Probably have to swing around and go pick it up and, I don't know, try to offload it to one of those troubleshooters on the Zhongji.
Sure.
I don't mean to presume. I'm something of a scientist. I could take a look at your readout and see what's going on if you want. I don't want to push.
He kind of gives you a look and he kind of smiles and he's like, I've heard that one before. You know, I know that we're all kind of all for one for all thing, but when it comes to artifacts, I mean, you know, we're on the same wavelength here, right? Like I'll handle my own, you handle your own. Right?
All right. I was just kind of a little test to make sure you're cool. You seem cool.
Have you spoken to Ghost Eater about the artifact?
No, actually, I found this one on my latest dive, so I haven't actually been back there.
But you know him.
Oh yeah, Ghost Eater, of course. Back at the bell.
All right, good.
For sure.
Caius, how long have you been over here?
This dive, I've been down here for, I'd say, these must be about 36 hours now, I think.
Wow, this place is great, isn't it? I mean, you feel really homey in here too?
I love it, frankly. I really do. It's like a second home now. I mean, the coffee's good. You can get food if you know where to look. No one really bugs you if you're careful. Every once in a while, you meet interesting people like yourselves. Can't really complain.
Do you know any safe places to bunk up?
Well, I would say like the lobby is pretty good. So's the cubicle camp. Not a lot going on over there up in reception. I don't know if you've seen that, but
We haven't been there.
We haven't been there.
We'll check it out.
What about this? Did you get this in here?
The injury in the deep. No, that's
delicate.
That's an old one. Little mix up with a certain syndicate back on Prospero's Dream. Listen, you guys, you find anything? And he kind of gets conspiratorial. He's like, "Come on in the room."
Sure, I'll
follow. He's like looking at the androids. He's like, "Come in the room with me."
Oh, looking at him. Oh no, I gotcha. I'll follow.
I'll go in. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, go in.
So just before he continues, so you go into this room, which is a normal human scaled room. Now this room is really interesting because the entire thing. You remember the scene in Matrix Reloaded where he meets the architect and it's just like a billion screens.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like that, but a lot more like chaotic. So
Gotcha.
It's like the Johnny Mnemonic version of that scene in Matrix to
yeah,
confuse your Keanu stuff. But the so
it's double Keanu, man.
It's just like a lot of screens, but almost like in a more like you know what the more like a Terry Gilliam style, right? So it's
100%.
Yeah, just crazy
Hanging
like
from poles.
hanging and drooping cables and all that kind of shit. And each of them is giving like you can just tell. Especially, I would say Thulsa would be able to pick up on this first. That all told, all those banks of screens in the room are giving a full spectrum analysis of whatever is being looked at and handled in the experimentation room. Interestingly enough, there is no window to the experimentation room, even though you were told by Ghost Eater that it's just on the other side of this room, right? Now there are multiple screens that are showing what's in the experimentation room, but it's hard to kind of get a beat because it's all very cassette tech sort of resolution, right? Like, you know, you have to get really close to the screen to sort of determine what he's looking at there. Anyways, so he brings you into, and there's a couple of chairs, like very basic office chairs, and a couple of consoles and terminals that you can access. But most of it's like pretty much automated. Like it shows you what it wants to show you, and then you take that data and do with it as you will. Anyways, he closes the door. It's like you never know who might be listening, but I'm fairly sure that this room is pretty off the grid. You guys know anything about Monarch? Got any info or intel that you can tell me? That's what I'm really interested in here. I mean, artifacts are great, and I could always use the money, but Monarch's the key. You know that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We're pretty new here. Sorry, we're pretty green. We only just got here yesterday, and we came down here and explored a little bit, but then went back to the Bell to kind of regroup. Saw some pretty weird shit, but not anything to do with Monarch. Just curious, this area that you are in right now, apparently the experimentation lab is right on the other side of this wall. Is that your understanding too?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I was there. I had to drop off my artifact.
Yeah, it seems weird that there's no connection between this room and that room. It seems like it's really weird to make people go all the way around the outside of the station to come in here.
Well, that's Monarch being Monarch. See, Monarch, if it's anything, is for safety purposes, obviously. Right? I don't know what these rooms were originally, but he repurposed it. It repurposed it so that there is, if something should go horribly wrong in the experimentation room, whatever happens that goes wrong can be jetted out into space, not into the interior of the deep.
While Mike's talking, and I don't want to interrupt, Cromwell's going to start kind of doing a perimeter of the room, and like tapping on walls and like looking behind screens and just trying to get a sense if there is maybe some kind of anything hidden or other exit out of the room or anything like that.
You're not finding anything so far.
Okay.
Noted.
I mean, that's pretty interesting stuff. Oh, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Also taking advantage of this conversation and the distraction, one of the things that Thulsa is curious about, and she wants to look at some of the video feeds. I'm sure there's like data feeds on some of the screens and like also like camera feeds. This seems ripe for trickery, like doing that old trick where you kind of like tap in a loop, right, of some like recorded time, which seems like somebody could easily do if they wanted to heist out an artifact. So she's going to look at one of these to see if she can see any kind of that little jump where the video repeats or anything like that, where that it seems like that could be.
So I will say so you go to one of the screens that's showing a camera feed from within the experimentation room, and it does actually have like a timestamp on it that is ticking away with the current time. So it appears to be legit.
Okay.
So
I
still don't trust it, but okay.
So just to assist Ted, sorry, one last thing, because it is a giant, deeply mechanical space. I want to just take a look at any sort of major piping or wires that lead from the computers or various things like that, and see where they exit. And specifically beyond that, see if any of them are color coded, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just want to kind of get an appraisal of that. If it's even a detail that's relevant, I'm not sure. But helping Ted.
Yeah, gotcha. Understood. So the rest of you guys are very obviously like being suspicious of your surroundings as Sharpe continues his conversation, as you guys just are kind of like wandering around. But yeah, so Caius notes that you're doing that. He's not oblivious to it, but he doesn't appear to have anything to hide. What he does tell you though, Sharpe, is he's like, listen, man, I can tell that you're sort of going through the same thing that I've been going through. Are you starting to have those? You starting to have those thoughts, like maybe your thoughts aren't your own? Getting that yet?
Yeah, I kind of am just a little bit freaked out about this whole thing. Although I do say, like, I'm wondering if maybe it's just because I'm meant to be here.
Well,
man,
I kind of feel the same way, but then I don't trust that feeling, right? Like I have these vague memories of being in some very unpleasant places in this station, and I think to myself, like, what the fuck am I doing here? But then my mission it roots me, and then I realize like, yeah, I was meant to be here. But then I start to think like, is that what Monarch wants me to think, that I'm supposed to be here? I don't know, man. But my goal is, and his voice gets really low, and he just whispers it so only Sharpe can hear. He goes, my goal's to find Monarch, to find out how it rose from servant to the scientists that used to operate in the manufacturers that used to work this station to the total absolute ruler that it is now. And I know that it's an AI, right? It's got to have a core. Now I heard that there's a secret floor where the core is. It's floor 5. Ooh. We're on 4 now. 6 is engineering support, right? But I don't know how long you've been around, but have you ever seen any elevator, any map, any indication, anyone ever mention a 5th floor? No one has, man. No one has.
I'll start checking the floor for trapdoors at this point. Like as soon as he says that, I start knocking on the floor.
I'm going to also interject into the conversation and say,
only Sharpe heard that, by the way.
Yeah, I know the last part, but in general, I overheard them talking about like feeling like they belong here, etc. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, gentlemen, it's not uncommon under great stress to feel a certain level of distorted familiarity with the spaces you're in. I have a great suggestion, and I'll direct this at. I keep wanting to call him. Hold on. Goodness, Caius. I keep wanting to call him Caius. I'm a trained professional. How about this, Caius? Think back to your favorite memory of your mother growing up. Tell me about it. It will make you feel better, I assure you. I have an ulterior motive here, of course, but
does he remember his mother?
He looks at you and he's like, I get you. I get you. Weird slur for Android that I can't think up right now. He's actually not. He's not rude, but he's borderline, right? Like you can obviously.
Sure, he doesn't like androids. Clearly,
it's not that he doesn't like androids. It's more like he just sees them as what they used to be seen as, which is basically servants for humanity, right? Like you're a tool. You know what I mean? Right. You are not an equal citizen. You know. So he says, he just kind of looks at you with a friendly smile, but kind of patronizing. And he says, now's not the time for a therapy session. I get what you're doing. Believe me, I'm fine. It's just every once in a while the deep gets to me, as I know it's all getting to you as well. But listen, if I see you around anymore, if you find anything out about Monarch, you let me know, okay? Because
vice versa. I'm gonna draw him away again a little bit, and I'm gonna be like, I hadn't heard this floor 5 thing. What if you find it? What do you think you're gonna do?
I don't even know what it's gonna look like, but I need to confront Monarch. I've got to find out what its motives are.
You got to find your mother.
I think that I can't convince anyone. I'm probably not gonna be able to convince you either. But I'll proselytize just like I proselytize everyone else I meet. Listen, Mother is the key. Mother rules everything. Mother is more intelligent than we are by exponent. What did I say?
Mother.
I said Mother. Sorry, Monarch.
Little Freudian slip there.
Monarch is more intelligent than all of us. Always 3 steps ahead. And the question that no one ever seems to ask is, what does it want?
Right.
It can't just be sitting there just existing. We know that it's creating androids. We know that it's pumping them out. Why does it continue to do so? Why is it creating artifacts? Why is it repurposing rooms? No one's asking these questions, man. Only I am.
What do you think the Minotaur is?
Oh, don't even get me started on the Minotaur. It's got to be, my opinion, I think it's some byblow of Monarch, some experiment gone wrong.
Can we all hear this conversation, or is this private still?
He's probably talking about that out loud.
Well, it seems I understand your apprehension to my kind, but it seems somewhat logical that humans have the will to exist simply for the purpose of existing, for their own enrichment, that they want to propagate themselves and versions of themselves so that they may perpetuate that existence. Does that not seem
That's the
like
base
a
function
useful
of
motive to you.
But that's the base function of it. It's at its most biological level of what an animal would do, right? Perpetuation. This is a super intelligence, right? It has no there is no biology to it at all, as far as I know. Its motives are going to be probably beyond comprehension, which is why it's so important that we know. And not only that, and he's like, listen, I know tinfoil hat and all that sort of stuff, but listen, there's got to be a reason why Thelema blockaded, right? Why they don't want anyone in, why they don't want anyone out, but yet they're going to be given. But they give the contract to these knuckleheads, the troubleshooters, they're really corrupt as hell. Like why? It's like a sieve. People can come in and out of this place. What's that all about, right? What are the interests involved? No one's ever thinking about this sort of stuff.
Who sent you? Did Thelema send you, or are you independent?
No, I'm independent. I'm just a professor, man.
Professor?
Oh.
Professor, yeah.
You got this at class? You got this at class? Paper cut?
No, I've
different kind of lesson.
Like most professors, I have my vices. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Listen, on the topic of Monarch and what is interesting to them and what their motivations might be, what have you interacted much with the Chosen or the Fallen?
No, I don't even know I'm not sure who those are. The type of android?
Oh,
he hasn't been to the floor, yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. We are divers, fellow explorers, fellow intellectuals. I will tell you, if you come across them, definitely question them. Ask them what they know. Ask them what their relationship is to Monarch, because I think it might open up your eyes a little bit to be able to find out what these things are. They seem to have an interesting relationship with.
That's a good lead. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I have another thing to ask. I was muted. Sorry. How did you get past the blockade? If you're an independent agent, it cost us an exorbitant amount of money on the company's dime to get there. As an independent agent, how did you get past the blockade
favors,
to get here?
Combination of favors, money,
All right.
Yeah. Caius, have you actually gone into the human emulation labs?
No, I come down to this level purely for the he actually says a word that doesn't make sense at first. He says, I actually come down here only for the ACLER. And when he says
comprehension lab,
ACLER, yeah.
So here's my question. Like, we've only been here, 20 hours or something like that, and we've encountered the Chosen and the Fallen, and we've been to some other places, and like, if you've been here 36 hours straight, and this is not your first dive, where have you been going? There's not that much of it above us.
Yeah, I mean, he in summation, right? He's an adventurer, right? And he's a diver, and he goes around places looking for clues on Monarch, that sort of thing.
No, I understand that. I guess what I'm getting at is, in addition to losing his identity, I wonder if he's also losing his sense of time, and he's just kind of wandering in circles and muttering to himself about Monarch.
You get the impression that he could be far enough gone that might be the case. But then he's, as you can see, the way I'm portraying him, he has moments of lucidity, where it's very convincing that he knows exactly what he's doing.
Uh-huh.
So you're not quite sure.
She's going to ask him. You mentioned that there was a queue. All divers. We all stand together. What is this? What is this queue? If we want to get into the queue, how do we do it?
I was just a figure of speech. I was just more saying that don't throw your stuff in there and screw up my analysis before mine's done. That's all I was saying.
How do you know if it's in use? How do you know if it's in use? I assume you took your artifact to the outside door first. It wouldn't let you in if it was in use, right?
He points it out. So basically what he does is he gives you a tour of the thing, and he lets you know how these machines work. And he's like, this one tells you what, if it's, it's what it's reading on table 1, and this claw is like opening up this thing, and and it's giving you this readout of what its elements are and all that kind of stuff. And this one gives you the final printout and blah, blah, blah. So basically, what he does is he gives you a full tour. Like you will be able to use this room with proficiency should you drop an artifact off in the other. Okay.
Okay.
We need to take our first.
To...
We need to take our first.
Okay.
So let's do that, and we shall be ready. Okay, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, you want to continue your conversation with Caius? Caius, by the way, is Caius, Roman.
Okay.
Not like the band Caius, which is a D&D reference, by the way.
Yeah. So Thulsa wanted to know: is there ever any problem with like losing artifacts? It seems like that they're unattended for a really long time in this process. Is people just everybody's on the honor system and nobody messes with it, or well, have you ever lost anything?
I mean, Ghost Eater probably told you it's hard to get to. You got to have some means of spacewalking or getting a ship to get over to that experimentation room. And there's frankly not a lot of people who know about it, because not a lot of people are willing to talk to Ghost Eater. He's a frightening kind of dude, as you well know.
Well, he has a certain charm.
How did you get out there, if you don't mind my asking, Caius?
I spacewalked. That's
what I was figuring we'd have to do. Does it take a while, or you got a good route?
It's not easy. Let's put it that way. It's a little when you've got Baphomet sort of looming in your full view as you're sort of just traveling through the void. It can be a little hairy.
Are you doing it from the departure deck, the loading dock deck?
I was going straight from the bell, actually.
You just shot across from the bell?
I did, yeah. It took a long time. Not pleasant.
It's great.
Would not recommend it. If you trust Arcady, I'd have Arcady take you.
Jeez Louise.
You don't trust Arcady?
Fuck no, I don't trust Arcady. What, do you trust Arcady?
That's probably not.
I give him a knowing look. The patch.
Yeah, verified human my ass.
What do you think about
that guy's hiding something? Have you ever seen? Have you been in his quarters? Have you seen that Go game he's got set up in his quarters?
No.
All right.
Have you played with him?
No, you're not allowed to play with Arcadia, the Go game.
Who's he playing?
Exactly, Dixon. Exactly. Who's he playing?
I like this guy. I like him a lot.
How do you feel about his compatriot, Noriko?
She's a touched one, that's for sure. But relatively harmless. She keeps on yammering on about how the Minotaur is some sort of good guy or something like that. Like, all right, whatever. But tries to force feed me this meat she's got up on her tabernacle. I'm like, no thanks, I'm good.
We all kind of give David side eye.
No one would do that.
No one would do that.
Can you imagine what kind of idiot would eat that stuff? I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And I can tell you guys aren't idiots, so I'm a good judge of character, obviously.
All right,
no idiots here. No sir.
Let's
Speaking
go.
of which, yeah, we were going to go check out some of the other doors on this room. Is it the maybe not the emulation labs right away, but have you?
I'll leave you to
down
it.
To see the server room? Oh, okay.
Wait, the what?
The room down the hallway. Have you been down there?
No, like I said, I just hit the lobby, then the lift, and I'm out. I come down here for the Ackler. I'm not gonna listen. The name of the floor says hell, man. I'm not gonna be going too deep into.
I'm sure it's ironic.
Sure, you say that, and I'll probably wish you my final farewell. As
yeah, they probably name it that just to make people like you not want to go. It's probably really nice.
Well, I wish you the best of luck there, gentlemen. Just if I could say one last thing, it'd just be stay in school.
Sure,
you got it, man.
Definitely. Hey, love to see you again next time. Yeah.
The tapping on the floor and the walls and going around behind things turned up no evidence of a loose panel or hollow space or
it did not. No,
anything like that.
I would say like through all three of you guys having kind of looked around and poked around, the only interesting conclusion that you can make from everything is that it's very, very likely that none of this stuff was in here as part of the original function of the.
Is there an aesthetic? I'm sorry.
So if I may continue my question here, then, so from the analysis of the room and the analysis of the stuff, We imagine that the comprehension lab is a very secure facility, space access only, etc. Does this room seem reinforced in any way, or is it just sort of similar to the rest of the station? And when the stuff was added, do we see a breach of that structure? Like anything?
Nothing.
Any clues we can get from that?
The room is so dense with terminals and wiring and stuff like that. It's impossible to sort of see like what the original walls would have looked like. So very difficult to see. As far as security, though, you'd say that this is one of the more secure rooms that you've been in. Now, I did say like the door didn't have like a keypad, but I would say that the door is lockable. It just wasn't locked at the time, right? And it is behind one of those really nice big bulkhead doors. So, but you've been in a number of those rooms that basically there's only one egress and you can lock yourself behind it, right? So this isn't the only safe room that you've been in, but this counts,
right?
Definitely.
But nothing special about it in that sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nothing like that. You do want to note though too that just as if you're ruminating about like a safe haven sort of job, that the downside of this room is that not all divers know about it, but some divers do, and it's a very desirable room to get to because of what its function is. So it's not like you're going to be like you can't 100% say that you'd be left alone even if you were locked behind it.
My question wasn't about safe haven; it was more about if this is a repurposed space rather than a dedicated safe room. It may indicate the possibility of alternate access or egress to the lab itself. Unless if they were built as intended for that purpose, they'd probably be very, very secure. If they're repurposed, I might find the hidden back door kind of thing is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Well, they are definitely repurposed, but you're fairly confident that despite that, there is still no even a previous way to access the other.
Okay, that's my questioning then, Matt.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing that I'm curious about, we've seen a few instances now of old versus new. The original station architecture with its kind of hotel conference area, bland industrial space, versus new things that have been added since. Things like these, security bells, especially like in the break room, right? Like there wouldn't have been half dome security guys hanging out over the break room necessarily. This seems like an odd thing. But for these new things that have been added, like this is the first room where we've had some kind of like, independent verification that Monarch is doing stuff, changing the space. Is there like an aesthetic? Is there a sense of personality in the things that Monarch is adding here? Is it highly decorative and right? Or is it hanging wires and very functional? I'm trying to.
That's a good question.
I'm trying to read the machine from what he's what he's making.
So that's a good question, and this room is actually a good example of how it differs. In that there seems to be no care at all given to human comfort or the needs of humans to access things, right? So there are screens that are like so high up above that like a human just sitting in the chair could never actually sort of read what was coming off those, right? From, without like using binoculars or something like that, right? Like the access to control panels and the backs of machines are almost completely encased in just a massive wire. Like it's just impossible to maneuver, nothing is ergonomic. Right. No attention is given to clearing a floor space. So there's like trailing cables and wires all over the floor, that sort of thing. Right. So yes, the answer is like in this room that has obviously been modified by Monarch, no care was given at all to human presence.
Okay. That is interesting.
Okay. John, I'm going to go back out into the lobby room.
Okay.
And
lobby seems to be untouched. Our turn went by the way, is now 6 a.m. exact.
Okay. Do we want to do the server room or do we want to check the other bulkhead door first?
Server, let's stick with the original.
Yeah, let's stick with the original and see what that other noise was.
Okay.
John, I'm just going to go right through the first two doors, and then before I open that door into the server room, I'll kind of unholster or unshoulder my shotgun and get it ready to go.
Okay.
and I'll lead the way.
Okay. So when you,
Can I just ask, John, the map as I've drawn it here, have I understood your descriptions correctly? More or less.
show the audience too.
Yeah.
Players and some people on the Discord black about not showing hero enough.
Oh,
Here you go.
How dare you, John?
I
How
made
dare
such
you?
I made such pretty art, and John
Yeah.
hates all of it. He told
No.
me himself.
Let's take a look here. Hell lobby.
I really like what you laid out, David, the way we're doing this.
Yes, that all looks good.
Okay.
Although, yeah, you probably at some point want to come up with a different door than for bulkhead than like a normal door.
That's why I've just been labeling them. We'll have to do a different graphic.
But the paths are all good.
Okay, cool. Thanks, John.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, Sharpe. Heading in first. You said your shotgun's out.
When I get out of the lobby, like between the two doors.
We're in the corridor, right? Okay, so are you carrying it like locked and loaded? Like, are you know what I mean? Like, are you just sort of carrying it gently, or are you actually ready to go?
Well, when I'm going through the door, it's like up and ready. But if there's nothing there to shoot, then I will kind of be like ready, but not like.
Well, I'll say because you're a Marine and you're cool under pressure usually. When you open the door and you observe the massive server, empty server skeleton again, you out of the corner of your eye, like way off in the distance, like way farther than you could possibly run to in a few seconds, you see what you think is a flickering light, but it's actually definitely some movement on the ground that kind of, and then you can hear like a sound, like just a scuttle, like the same sort of sound that you heard of mechanical parts moving. You hear you can associate it with that movement, just quick right out of sight into the shadows, and you're able to sort of check yourself. Like a lesser cool person would have just unloaded right away, you know, but you're like you get the gun there, but then you're like, what the fuck was that?
Okay.
Unless you tell me you blast away.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go into the room, taking cover behind one of the server racks, and wait for the rest of the party.
Okay, cool.
I'm right behind you, baby.
I'll indicate that there was movement yonder.
I'll take up the rear.
Gravity's in the room.
I'll go.
Huge industrial scale room, though. And don't forget that there, even though it's filled with the skeletal remains of the server architecture, that none of the servers are there. So therefore, there's actually not that much cover, right? It's just the bones of the racks themselves, right?
Are the racks easy to climb?
Yeah,
I was going to ask, like, how high do they go?
Really high, like way off into the darkness.
And there's
I gotta climb that though.
The racks don't have like functioning equipment in them, but I think, did I hear you say that there was like discarded or broken equipment lying around or something?
There is, yeah. There's like a narrow. Well, there's metal piping that sort of goes in between it all. That looks like a riot of stuff. And there's that smell of like burnt circuitry. But there's like pieces of wire and stuff like that on the ground. But you can't. There's nothing there that you could actually say is like a server box. You know what I mean? Like there's no actual machine on the ground.
It's like somebody like cut everything and took everything out.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. Yeah.
Are the shelves like tall enough in between like the different levels of shelves that you could actually walk down the server rack like on a shelf if they're empty?
No, only if you were at the top.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna climb this server rack, y'all. It's like a ladder. It's an easy climb.
Yeah, it's more like a ladder. Yeah.
And it's safety from whatever's scuttling. Gentlemen, I can try to get a bird's eye, but also it'll be safe away from the ground if you want to join me.
Sure. Well, I don't know about joining him. Like, I'm wondering if it makes sense to have you as like an observer ahead, like above us.
Totally. The one thing is I don't have a light source. Would anyone like to lend me a flashlight? What's that?
The room's lit.
It's lit. It's lit. Sorry.
Well,
sorry.
not
It went off
completely.
into the darkness. Yeah.
Not
Partially lit.
Yeah, so partially lit with flickering lights, but you can see that when you look up that you can't see the top of the server racks, which leads you to believe that up there is no light.
So
Can I borrow a light?
My camping equipment has a flashlight, and I will give that to David.
Okay. That's fair enough.
I'll put it in my mouth, bishop style, and I'll start climbing.
Okay, cool. So you scuttle up, and it takes a while actually. So I mean,
While he's doing that, I want to like move sideways, looking down the aisles of server racks.
Mhm.
3 or
Me too.
4 or 5, maybe, just maybe if sorry, I'm going to sneeze. If Sharpe and I go in,
too tight.
blimey, if Sharpe and I
Fuck
maybe
yourself.
go in opposite directions and look down a bunch of aisles, looking for movement, looking for lights, looking for
Sure.
a horde of androids waiting to shoot us.
Okay, so let's.
Yeah,
Sorry, go Thilsa.
I was just I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be stuck as the single soft target. I'm going to shadow the Marine with the gun.
Okay,
And
cool.
I got a gun.
her his is bigger. And I'm going to look on the ground, John. I'm keeping my eyes on the ground to see whenever stuff gets yanked out, stuff spills down. So anything useful on the ground, again, bits of electronics, power sources.
I would say that there's definitely like a wealth of salvageable stuff that you could use for your little robot guy.
Yeah, I'm looking for stuff and in particular power sources, but definitely just random materials if I can get them.
I don't think you could find anything like it's like a power source,
Like a
but you could definitely
battery or
find like
something.
servos and
Wires and
transistors and all that sort of shit.
I really hope you name them Widget when they're brought to life. Anyway,
well, I can't now. It's ruined. Okay.
Okay, so we'll say this, David, when you you get up to the top while everyone's sort of like looking around, and we'll say that Dixon and you bought the same thing at the same time from completely different vantage points. First of all, when you get up to the top, David, it's really dusty up there. It's pretty obvious that no other diver has attempted to ever go up to the top of the server racks. And even though you're an android, you still do feel human fears and things like that. So you do get a little sense of vertigo, like when you peer over. It's way far down. You probably say that you're probably like at least 60 feet up, I would say, like way up there, peering down.
Hell of a server rack.
There doesn't the ceiling is normal, like pretty. It looks like there used to be like a lighting grid up there that's been since like not functional, but nothing weird, nothing odd. The only thing is that you definitely get the same impression that Thulsa did from the other room, from the observation labs, from the comprehension labs, that this room used to be something else, and that again, whatever repurposed this did not give a shit about human comfort at all, right? Like for instance, like if there were servers in these racks, there was no easy way to access the racks up this high, right?
Do I get any sense that it is of the scale that a hangar bay might be? Do I see rafters that would look familiar to me as a vehicular space or a giant manufacturing space where there might have been industrial equipment attached to the walls that no longer is?
100%. It could have been either one of those things. But yes, a vast industrial strut crisscrossed ceiling, right, is what you're looking at. Okay, so at the same time, though, you're kind of hopping in between server racks up on the top, and Dixon is basically paralleling you down on the ground. Okay.
Yep.
At the same time, from a distance, so you don't like fall over it, you can see that in one of those narrow corridors that you're traveling right down, Dixon, right now, and you're looking toward to your left and down, David, is that you see that there are two small bodies that appear to be trapped under a pile of junk in the middle of the.
I see. And do they appear to be moving?
No.
I will flag and sort of do one of those. But
yep, I'll indicate that I see it as well, and I'll get Thulsa and Sharpe's attention. And with my pistol out, I will, and my headlamps on, I will move down the corridor towards the bodies.
Should you wait for us to come back so we're in the same corridor together?
I probably should, but I'm not.
Okay. When I see him, John, are there like spaces every once in a while between the servers that you can cut through, like horizontally, or the racks just go all the way down?
Every once in a while, there's like there's a cut through.
Okay. So if I see him signaling or like if he whispers or whatever, I'm gonna assume we're like parallel ones, right? I'll make my way to him as quickly as possible.
We should We don't have to do it right now, but we should just be aware of all times of like what the comm situation, right? Like only certain things have comms. So,
Right.
you guys should keep that in mind just in case you want to.
Also, and I have comms on.
We have our vac suits. Yeah.
That's true. I don't have
Helmets
comms
open,
on.
comm on, vac suit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like from David's, like David, you would not be able to communicate without actually voicing, like shouting
Right.
down below, right? That sort of thing.
And I'm too far to gesture for them to see, so I basically am watching this happen.
I think Dixon, actually, you would be able to actually see David's flashlight like moving around up there.
I could do like a Morris click, 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 click
Mhm.
kind of thing. Let's say we establish a like safety danger or look behind you, kind of like a basic, signal.
Yeah,
That's fine.
when he signals his flashlight, I can blink my headlamp on and off to indicate that I've received the message, and then I comms to Thulsa, and then I move down the corridor.
Okay, cool.
Okay. As we move, I'm following Sharpe, right? We're heading over to meet with these guys. John, I want to look whenever I get to the end point of these stacks.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look on. I want to see if these are movable stacks. Oftentimes, when there are things like this, they'll be like motorized that they can, like they'll do in the college library, right? Yeah,
no, that would be convenient for humans. And this place is not convenient.
Okay, just checking. You never know.
Okay, not compact mobile shelving. Great.
Okay, so you guys are all together now.
Oh, okay.
Except for David. And what do you do?
Let's go.
Well,
You want me to take a point?
was moving towards the bodies. I'm almost immediately, John. That was
Okay.
I think we're gathering up.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you move towards the bodies. Nothing happens. There are bodies on the ground.
Well, we look at them, John. What are the bodies doing down there? What were they doing before they got smooshed?
Okay, so you approach what appears to be these two bodies. Now, what's horrifying is that they look like they are two children.
Aww.
One boy, one girl. Both of them likely under the age of 10. They are wearing normal kids' clothes, right? Like t-shirts, shorts, that sort of thing, right? And they appear. It sure looks like they met with some sort of accident, like where something fell, like some piece of machinery fell off a racking, like crushed them or something like that. They're basically flat on the ground.
So what
Definitely
level of decomposition are we talking here?
So Dixon, when you're looking and you think that, like, how far gone are they? They don't look like they've been gone at all. Like, there's no decomposition.
Right.
Taking from Eden.
There's a big puddle of blood or like pieces of metal protruding through their bodies or anything?
Well, that's the other thing, Dixon, is that there is no blood.
Yeah.
They don't appear to be crushed at all. But they're splayed out and they don't appear to be breathing.
Okay.
Talk to him, Ted.
All right,
kids.
Well, what is there any obvious thing that fell on them or appears to have possibly fallen on them?
Yeah, there's like a big piece of machinery or server rack or there's like random metal shit right near them and sort of on top of them.
All right. I'm going to actually take a couple steps back and then track my headlamp around the area, looking to see if there's anyone else nearby, other kids or other people or anything.
I'll bet you see.
The skitterer.
Is David right above me?
David's like
he's gone.
60 feet above you, but yes.
There it is.
Yeah, I know. David, you're right above me. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull out my crowbar with my left hand, pistol in the right hand, and I'm going to poke one of the bodies with the crowbar.
Okay, so you poke the boy or the girl?
I'll poke the boy.
Okay, so yeah, you prod the boy. The moment that you prod it, the flesh yields like you would think it would, right? But after like a second, where you think, oh, okay, it's definitely lifeless. The boy jerks away from your prodding, and his hand reaches underneath that pile of machinery and whips out what appears to be some sort of thin rod that's about like sword length, right? Like it's about 3 or 4 feet long. And he yanks it out, sits straight up, and looks at you with like a normal sort of dead-eyed face. And the rod, like he thumbs something on the rod, and it like starts to crackle with like a bluish arcing lightning, like electricity all up and along it. And he stands up and he says, "Stay back, stay back. We don't mean any harm. We just want to get out of here."
I was thinking
he says
the
in a
same
very
thing about
like
you, kid.
he says it in a high pitched voice, but in a very like adult manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. From on high. Sorry, y'all are all going to die. Go, Ted. You go first. You're talking to him first.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I was just gonna, from on high, I was gonna shine my light with the aim of it being blinding. You know what I mean? They can't see what's behind the light at them, and say, "Return to Monarch. You are late. They beckon. Leave these meager meat bags alone. You have better things to do. You know your duties." And see what they say.
The boy looks up in alarm. He reaches down with his other hand and he grabs the arm of the girl, who is also sitting up like in alarm now as well. She's like a little blonde haired girl. And they look bewilderingly her up and they're around. Right now, though, they like the immediate threat is, these gun wielding people like right in front of them. But but they're just like scared. They didn't think that there would be anyone up there as well, right?
Did there seem to be any recognition to my words and Monarch as a name?
Yes. I mean, they didn't. I mean, it's hard to. They're stressed.
Yeah.
You're 60 feet up, right? So it's kind of hard to tell.
Well,
He grabs her by the arm, and they both stand up. And he's got the thing, and she also her arm was underneath the machine, so she pulls one out as well, right? So they both got one.
Yep.
And you see the girl as as the boy yanks up the girl. The girl definitely had in her other hand. You could see for a split second, Dixon. You see for a split second 2 small eye-shaped orbs in her hand that she quickly shoves into a pocket. Okay, and then they both stand there just sort of looking at you, and you can tell, like, in a split second, they're either going to rush you or they're going to bolt.
All right.
They're like, we just want to get out of here. We're going to leave.
I've got the pistol pointed at him. I'm going to say, look, I don't want to shoot you, and I don't want you to poke me with whatever that thing is. All right?
We don't want to do it either.
Cool. Let's be cool.
I'm going to circle around you with my friend here.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
We're going back to hell.
What are you doing here?
Nothing.
Yeah, I could see you were doing nothing. You're just lying there like dead people, pretending something had happened to you. And
we hope that
people like me along.
Yeah, that's right. We hope you would just walk by us and continue about your business. But no, you had to come and prod. We're moving along.
Oh, I get it. This was a lie low and hope I don't notice you thing.
Yeah, you got us. You're on to us. Yeah, okay. We're leaving now.
Very accurate preteen attitude.
There's the small matter of your of the no trouble passage fee.
Oh, you're bandits now? We're dealing with bandits?
I'm walking around with a gun pointing it at people. What do you think I do?
Oh no! It's children. Remember what I said earlier?
From Dixon.
Remember when David said our behavior might be reflected back at us later? Here we are.
Listen, we're protected. We're protected by Monarch. You don't want to mess with us. Are you schooling for a fight? Is that what you're looking for? Because listen, you can destroy us, but we'll come back.
I'm just looking for.
The only thing that you're going to get out of this is you're going to piss off Monarch. You don't want that, right?
I saw those orbs you got there. I'd like a couple orbs, please.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw them.
Let us go.
I saw them.
Oh, you could go. Hi, listen. I just we're exploring down here, looking around, just kind of like you are. Of course, we're not going to keep you from going, but I thought you might be interested in some cool things to trade. We've found a few things here that are kind of cool that maybe you might like.
Listen, lady, we're not divers, okay? We're not divers. We're here all the time, okay? There's no trade going on here. We know what we're doing. Thanks very much. We've got our own thing going on here.
Are you guys,
we're leaving.
Oh, really?
Okay, and they're actively like trying to move around you now, like in this very narrow passageway.
Are you chosen?
I don't know what that means, man.
Interesting.
We're going back to the labs.
All right.
Don't want anything from. And they're so it's like that very narrow passageway, right? So like there's this point where like you're going to be like right near each other as they sort of like try to like scoot by you on one side and get.
I'm just going to start backing up. I don't want them squeezing past me. I'm going to back up.
What the fuck, man? We're just trying to get back to the labs.
Yep, I'm just getting out of your way. I don't want any squeezing. You got that weird thing, and I don't want to have to shoot anybody.
Okay, so like they've got their crackling rods like held out between them. Like, so just so you're aware, if you decide to do anything rash, you will have to meet the rods before you meet them. Okay, but they're okay with you sort of backing up with them, but they're going to keep trying to press back in the direction that they want to go.
Yeah,
you gonna let them?
I don't know, Ted. What are you feeling? You feeling frisky? I feel like
if Ted was the chaos agent of this campaign, it would be very enjoyable for me. But it's also a crazy thing to do. But go ahead.
I don't intend to shoot them. I was basically trying to call their bluff, and with a little bit of threat and to see how they responded. And they responded forcefully back, and it means that the price is too high for whatever I'm going to ask. So I'm not going to force it, and I'm going to back up.
Okay.
But if those orbs are artifacts, I was hoping they'd, be terrified of my gun and they'd hand them over.
Well, we heard about orbs at some point, did we not?
Yeah.
I believe orbs were very valuable.
Little John, I think, was a guy who that was the artifact that Helen had. I think
he said that
did
he
we
had
find orbs, or did we find marbles?
We found marbles.
Do you want to ask
some
if
sort
his
of
name is
marbles.
Little John?
Hmm?
Sorry. I said, do you want to ask if his name is Little John? But go ahead.
Yeah, so you those are the artifacts that you actually have right now,
right
on hand, right? You didn't. I don't think you put those in the stash right back at the bell. You did
No,
not,
we kept
right?
them.
Yeah, so you have those. You have that actual artifact. Then there was the one that Little John supposedly has, which is supposed to be some sort of larger sphere that sprouts beetle legs. It seems to be whatever she had appears to be sort of in between. So they're not like little marbles, but they're eye-sized orbs. Two of them that she had pocketed, and you couldn't get it quite a good beat on. But they're definitely different than anything else that you've seen or heard about before. But you're going to allow them to pass. Is that the end result of this, or is anyone else stopping them?
And so, I'm not going to stop them. I'll back out to the point where they can get past me. At which point I'll be like, "Look, I'm sorry. That was uncool of me. You guys spooked me. I apologize. It's cool.
All right,
my name's
man.
Cromwell.
Okay, everything's cool here. Okay, we're going back to the labs. Don't follow us.
No.
Hey, what's this room all about? Can you guys? We're gonna let you go, and my gun is down. It's like on the sling, and my hands are up. I'm like, what's going on in this room? Like, what's this all about?
They kind of look at each other and they laugh and they go, "This is the financial simulation suite." And they say it like a very no duh.
Where'd all the equipment go?
Who knows, man? Who knows? And they just said that this really sort of knowing smile on their face. It's super fucking annoying. It's like I can tell you guys.
I will shoot.
I can tell that you guys.
You might need to shoot them.
Jesus. I don't like annoying children like this, man.
They're literally like walking away when you ask them those questions, and they're like, and so they walk around a corner, and you can see their forms because you're looking through the server bones and everything, but they're moving off into the darkness.
I think we should definitely follow them at a distance to see if they really do go to that human emulation lab. But speaking of children, I have to go tuck that one in. So,
yes, it's actually time for a second break, so let's do that. We will be right back. All right, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, so they're moving off into the distance, but because of the skeletal nature of the framework, you can still sort of see their forms. But they do appear to be making back towards the entrance.
I would very much like to follow them at a discrete distance so that we can just keep them in sight, but try not to make it obvious that we're following them.
Okay. Is that what everyone's doing?
I kind of want to just keep exploring, but
I'm muted. I'm going to conceal my light with some cloth so it's like super dimmed, but I can kind of still see where I'm walking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to follow quietly at a slightly closer distance than the gang below, just so I can see if they make a beat for anyone that they might miss. Since I have such an elevation, I don't think they'll see me, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So I would say that you guys can keep your distance. You're not idiots. So they do make their way out like the one lone door back out.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to exploring.
You guys can go. I want to follow. Like I want to wait till I hear the door at the end of the hallway open and close, and then I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that we're not in the hallway at the same time.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
And then at that other end, I want to wait and kind of crack the door and just listen until I hear a door going again. And when I hear that, I'm going to wait a beat, open the door to look. I want to make sure that they're going into that emulation lab.
Gotcha. Okay. So it takes a little bit of time, obviously, but when you are at the door that leads to the lobby, finally, after that listening and all that kind of stuff, and you poke your head into the lobby, you look to your left first because that's where you think the human emulation labs are, and it appears to be not disturbed. However, your head whips to the right because what you hear is a ding. And you see the doors of the lift close, and the last thing you see are those two kids in the lift.
Okay. Little sneaks. All right.
They don't
yep,
appear to see you, like they were kind of conversing with each other, but you definitely saw them in the elevator as it closed.
Does the elevator show like going up, going down?
Oh yeah, little arrows.
No, it does not.
Okay.
You did see though that they were excitedly looking at something in the girl's hands while they were in the elevator.
Yeah. They found an artifact and snuck it out. Little liars.
I should have shot him.
You should have. Yeah. Okay, John. I'll make my way back down the hallway to meet up with the guys in the server.
Okay.
Just to be clear, I mean,
Turn goes by.
prior to rejoining you guys, if that makes more sense, there's no, I flash my light around in every direction, et cetera. There's no irregularity or change in the architecture or the server racks that would lead me to believe I might want to. I'm not trying to lead the witness here. I just want to look as thoroughly as I can to see if there's any pathways that might lead somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Okay. So I'll rejoin the gang down below.
It's anything but normal, but it doesn't appear to be anything nefarious necessarily going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You do.
Why don't we go along the perimeter of the room so we can find doorways coming out? So let's just maybe I'll go to the right or I'll go to the left and then just kind of walk the perimeter of the room.
Cool. So this actually leads me to like a procedural thing for the entire station. I'll just be really open about it. With human scaled rooms, there's basically takes a turn or 10 minutes relatively to thoroughly get through it, right? For industrial scale rooms, which is what you're in right now, give or take, it takes about 3 turns or 30 minutes to fully sort of suss out, right? Or travel or traverse one way or the other. Now, if you're doing like extra special detailed searching, of course, it's going to take longer than that. But a basic sort of like walkthrough takes 3 turns to get through industrial. Okay, so that's what it would take for this. What you're proposing, Sharpe? Is that okay?
Yep, I'm okay with it. But that's you guys okay with that?
And that would be obviously exits, but it would also be maybe not like 30 minutes to find all the hidden artifacts that are piled up under all the wire, but like weird anomalies in the room, or you find in one corner there's a set of 3 servers still running, kind of thing.
Cool. I'm gonna wait at the door out just so I can keep watch of anyone entering from behind us while you guys do a search.
Okay.
And I'm gonna listen intently to hear if the door on the other side of the hallway opens, so I can be at the ready, John.
All right, Sean. Good. Let's see. Talk amongst yourselves for a little bit here.
I wonder if it would be worth going back and looking around where they were playing dead, although probably not. They would have taken whatever it was they had with them.
The strap might have something in it. You never know. You never searched it.
Right. Well, that and I mean, given how undisturbed a lot of these places were, we might be able to kind of see where they had been digging around and searching. I mean, they probably found what was there, but at least try to get a sense of
Yeah, I
How
agree.
are things hidden in here, if they are?
Yeah. They clearly ripped apart this Model 7 server thing. If we find another one, we should rip it apart or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a go at it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right. So, so you give the place a thorough once over, and it takes you a long time, and you get lost a number of times because it's just more of the same everywhere you kind of go. But eventually, you kind of come to the conclusion that there's only one way in, one way out, and there doesn't appear to be anything else of interest in the room. David, you do not hear or see anything strange coming from the lobby.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, those little bastards found something in here for some reason. There's like,
yeah. I want to search where they were playing dead, John, more thoroughly.
Nothing.
No, okay.
Yeah, I think the candy that was in this room has been taken by the little mice.
Now 7 a.m.
All right.
all right, well, let's
Get out. Yeah, let's go.
I'm just wondering, there's a lot of wire and stuff here. Do we need to make a rope or
Sure, grab some cables. I'm down to have a rope.
I mean, I've got paracord, but
I do too. Yeah.
maybe there's some really heavy duty gauge cable or something that might be really for some beefy job, John, or is this more of a tell me what you're thinking and I'll tell you if it's there kind of thing?
What's the goal? What do you want?
I don't know. Here I am. I'm a tools and parts guy, right? And I'm wandering around this room full of stuff and I see like, oh, hey, that's a really interesting thing. It might be useful later, or oh, that could be handy. Like,
how about we focus on heavy cable that we could convert into rope or binding material? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Not to truncate your thing, but just to give him a direction. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
maybe like zip ties, right? Zip ties
or zip ties are really handy, John. If we found some zip ties.
So you don't find zip ties because look at it this way, right? Like zip ties would be useful for. In order to do wire management. Whatever made this doesn't care about wire management. But cables, there's lots of cables of various gauges and lengths and all that sort of stuff.
Right, like something that's heavier duty than paracord. Like in terms of if I were to bind an Android with it, they could not break it, kind of thing.
Steel gauge or something like that.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll take a few coils of heavy steel cable.
Okay.
Can I take one thing as well? Is there any thin copper wiring?
Yeah.
I'll just take like all the copper wiring, dude.
Sorry?
The homeless people took all the copper wiring.
They do.
Oof. All right. Anyway, so
well, you're really with that one.
I'll take 3
copper
feet.
wiring. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Can I get 3 feet and coil it or something like that?
Sure.
John, I'd like to find like a wet bar. Is there a wet bar in here, or maybe like?
Is there anything else you want to do in the room?
No.
Okay. What do you do next?
We'd like to leave the room, John.
Okay, great.
Leave this room.
Okay, you're back in the lobby. What do you do?
Let's go to the other door.
Yeah, the non-hell bulkhead, perhaps. The only one we haven't checked out.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that one is also open. Like, it's a closed door, but it's not locked. Go in.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Same process. So like I'll go in kind of like first and ready to shoot something.
Sure. Okay. So there's another corridor basically that kind of runs through this one. Remember, you had to go through like a bulkhead door to get through this one, so it's not quite as easy as going into what apparently was the financial simulation suite. And there is another bulkhead door that's at the end of the corridor.
Okay.
Oh.
No labels, no keypads.
Same deal.
Nope. Yeah.
Let's open it.
Okay. In this room, also a huge industrial scale room, massive. There is when you open it up, there is a breeze that kind of comes through, like air escaping sort of, and beyond is total absolute darkness. With the breeze comes the smell of strong organic rot. Okay.
This is like a greenhouse.
Now,
Manure?
without light, you can see nothing beyond. It's just complete darkness. It appears that gravity is functional, though, and there is, of course, atmosphere.
I think this is some sort of garden. Well, I'll flash my flashlight in there and see what I see. Is there soil on the ground?
With the narrow beam of the flashlight, you see that in this massive room, and you can't quite sure like how many there might be, but there's definitely more than one. Put it that way. Or is a huge, tall tower, about 6 meters tall, and that's like what, about 20 feet or so. About 20 feet tall tower, and something is wisping like in the breeze off the tower, and when you kind of shine your light on it, you can see that it's actually wrapped in plastic, like a sheer plastic wrap that is sort of like the loose ends of it are sort of swaying in the breeze, and the word decommissioned is written all over that plastic, like stamped on the plastic, not graffiti, stamped. Right?
Is this an industrial scale room, John?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll and I asked, is there any soil on the ground?
Soil, no.
Okay.
Floor.
I'll
Probably
approach.
it's the organic portions of the decommissioned like androids that's giving off that organic rot smell.
Yeah, they've got to dump them somewhere.
That's true. Well, do y'all want to not be near me if you have to roll a fear check?
True.
Up to you.
Yeah, why don't we, to that end, why don't we like split up to take like, different parts of the room? I do want to check out the pillar. If you guys are into scavenging equipment, a whole big pile of dead androids might be like a great place to find power cores or memory cores or like whatever it is, Yeah.
Is the plastic wrapped pillar not? Well, it doesn't matter. I want to approach the pillar too with Mike.
Okay, so you warily go in there, stepping into the darkness, and you approach the tower. Now, as you kind of step into the room, you can see that in the vastness of the chamber, that there appears to be 3 others, almost identical towers, also wrapped in sort of shredded plastic with decommissioned written all over the plastic.
As we get closer with the flashlight, can we see any details like in the silhouette of it through the plastic?
You can actually, yeah. So when you approach the one, you can see that the towers, like, so through the plastic, tough to see details, to be perfectly honest. But it's because of the other room that you had been in previously that you can kind of make out what they likely were, and that is server racks. But they are, instead of like these long rows, like the Raid of the Lost Ark, these are like huge towers. Okay.
These are biomass servers meant to integrate human intelligence too.
Does the smell get stronger as we get closer to the towers, John?
It does as you kind of step into the room, but it's not like it's like the closest tower that you're going to is, you can tell that the smell is not coming from that tower. The other thing that you can tell, though, David and Sharpe, is that these racks do have stuff on them. Like there is computers and servers and stuff like that on the racks.
Oh,
they go up to like 20 feet.
I'll gesture to Thulsa.
Yeah. So, Dixon, do you want to go look at the other one with me, or to?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go to, just to split things up a little bit. We'll go to one that they're not at.
Okay, cool.
And I want to look through the plastic and see if I can get a sense of if any of these things are active. A little power LED or anything blinking, anything moving at all.
Yes. So there's no terminals. So Thulsa, you with computers can kind of suss this out, right? So there's no terminals, there's no real access points, but they all do have LEDs sort of blinking on them. They appear to be functional in some sort of way, but you're not sure exactly like what kind of data there is stored upon them. There's no readouts. Again, that was a really good question you asked, Thulsa, like back in the other room about like human serving versus the aesthetics of things, because this is another dead giveaway that not meant for humans. Like the servers don't have any sort of like labeled like here's the power button, or here's a reset or anything like that, right? It's just blinking lights basically. But that tells you that they are indeed active. They're doing something, but you can't really tell what. But they do say decommissioned on the plastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really sure what's going on there. But
so they still are hooked up to power, right? They're still
yes, they still are getting power. That is correct. Now, Dixon and Thulsa, the one that you guys get to is the furthest tower into the room. Okay, and as you approach that tower, the smell ratchets up considerably, and it definitely smells like organic rot. Like it's pretty bad.
Does it smell like people or plant matter, John? They have a distinct kind of dead animals. They have like that gross sweetness.
People. And what are you guys using to see, by the way, Dixon? And
Headlamps.
Oh, we both have our headlamps on.
Headlamps. You got your vac suits on.
Vac suits.
Yeah. So your headlamps pick up behind that tower. You see a rotted hand jutting out from behind the tower.
All right, I will pull my revolver out.
It's coming out of the tower?
No, it's on the ground, and it's just sort of behind the tower from how you're approaching it. So it's just like a flopped hand on the ground. You know what I mean? But it's like attached to an arm, but like the rest, whatever is beyond, is like hidden behind the tower.
I pull out my revolver, and like rather than just walking to the hand, I swing wide. And kind of turning to be able to, come around the edge of the tower to see what's there, but not be like walking right up to it.
Gotcha.
20, 30 feet away.
So with your gun out, headlamps on, kind of come around the other side, and your headlamps light upon in the darkness, like in that sort of very cold light of your headlamp, a horrible looking rotting corpse has been dead for a while. And it looks like it has been through some shit. It looks really bad.
So 100% certified human.
Not
we don't know that.
Blood or milk?
John, how can we gauge this shit that this guy's been through? Does this look like riddled with bullet holes, riddled with disease, burned by acid? What does it look like?
There is first of all, it's succumbed to a heavy state of rot. And in addition, there is blood and just like it's difficult to distinguish features or even what clothing it was wears because of how bloody and rotted it is from a distance, right? Like Dixon, you're still being very careful, kind of coming around wide from the other side, so you haven't kind of gone up and approached the body yet.
Yeah.
All right. I will, before doing so, I will pan my light around to see what's in the immediate vicinity of the body.
Just darkness.
I want to.
Just like nothing, just floor.
Just an empty floor.
Yeah. I want to look up. Is there anything that could have like come down to? Yeah, we've seen security guys and things mounted on ceilings before. I look up. Is there anything on these towers? Anything that could have?
Not that you can
see. Could he maybe have?
Nothing suspicious.
Is he in that
like
weird
that.
kind of
there is like I should say, Dixon, though, there is like blood around the body. Yeah. But Thulsa, you don't see anything like up top or anything that heavy that could have fallen on it or anything like that.
We can see his position. Is he in like one of those weird like positions that people land in with their arms and legs kind of in weird angles? Like he fell from a height.
Could have fallen from the tower.
Doesn't look like that. No.
Yeah. Okay.
But the body is not composed, but it's not like falling from a height.
Ted had asked this before. Is it white? Is it milk blood or red blood? Sorry, that's my only interjection.
Red blood.
Red. I'm gonna seal my helmet and approach.
Ooh, smart.
Ooh.
And you step up. Very heavy.
He's
Don't
smart.
forget your
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. This is straight out of like an alien movie, right? Like you're wearing the back suits and like the headlamps down and things. Right? But
I know what the quarantine rules are.
Yeah. You're communicating each other through those tinny voices on your comms. So when you peer down at the body, it looks that it has suffered. Do any of you guys have pathology? Either of you pathology?
I personally have a lot of pathology.
Just hand-to-hand combat, John.
My character does not.
You can see that
I know how to break a clavicle.
The chest has 8 very large puncture wounds in it.
Okay.
Seemingly at large. And in addition, the face is completely disfigured. Like it looks like it's been like worked at with a scalpel in a very rough fashion.
Oh my god! Are the puncture wounds regular? Does it look like something like reach out and grabbed it, or is it just like random, kind of all over the place?
They look like relatively wide incision points, right? So it's not like claws; they're not like ragged. It's like something very sharp was, punctured. Like eight very deep puncture wounds. Yeah.
Not
Okay.
like shotgun blasts.
No, definitely not.
No.
Right.
Definitely some sort of like blade.
All right. Well, I've had good luck with this before. I'm going to poke it with a crowbar.
That was good luck.
It definitely it does not respond in any sort of way other than moving like a rotting.
We don't get like
corpse would.
spores come shooting out of it or something like that.
No.
Is it
Sharpe and David back further towards the entrance near the one pillar.
Yes.
You're kind of wondering like why you haven't heard from Dixon and Thulsa for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear something nearby. You hear a sort of like a male whimper of distress, like and it sounds like it's like crackling over comms, even though you don't have like your comms on you. Like it has that, like it's like as if a recording is coming.
More
and
ghosts.
you see a flash of light somewhere off in the distance that you mistake for maybe Dixon or Thulsa's headlamps for a second, but then you realize that the light's different, and then it winks out of existence.
Okay.
Great.
Well, I'll look at a Sharpe and go, and I'll get since I have a weapon now, my harpoon gun out just in case. But I'd like to look at the base of the tower where these servers are working and see if the wiring points in a singular direction and follow it if it does.
John.
Okay.
I would like to do the quintessential thing that everybody does in a horror movie. And while he's investigating that, I'm going to have my gun out and I'm going to start walking towards the light to see if I can figure out what that was.
Nice. So David, it doesn't look like there is any, if there is wiring, which there probably should be since there's power of some sort, it looks like it may be underneath the floor, like it goes through the tower and, like there's no tracery.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Sharpe, as you were sort of slowly moving away from David.
Yeah.
All right. You hear that sound again, kind of come over some sort of PA system. You're not really sure, but it's just you in the male voice kind of you hear like suffering, and then it kind of winks out again.
I'm going to say, "Hello, is anyone there?" And I'll keep walking towards it.
really playing into it, aren't you?
Amazing.
Okay. Sharpe,
are you okay?
So everyone now, David, who is relatively nearby, and then Dixon and Thulsa, who are across the room, but you can see it because of the light. A figure just materializes out of thin air. Like you know that you're looking like at a midpoint in the air, right? Like you're nothing coming out of the corner. It actually physically manifests right in front of you. Is a flickering image of a tall man wearing a white lab coat, every inch like an insane asylum director sort of thing, right? But what's terrifying is not only the fact that you're obviously looking at another ghost in the machine as it's sort of flickering in and out of existence, but it has its eyes locked right on you, sees you right away, eyes wide, has thick horned rim glasses on, like he's like a doctor out of the 60s, right? But he has a halo around his head of scalpel blades.
I don't like it.
That are whizzing around his head, like almost like ion stones, right? Like all around. And he opens his mouth too wide, like distended like a snake's, and he screams out and he goes, When is suffering enough? And then he looks and he scans the entire room and like sees all of you and he goes, all of them. The one person that he doesn't lock eyes with is David. But a split second later, he rushes straight at Sharpe with his arms out, and the blades all suddenly like stop whirling around, and they point outwards, and they just lunge straight at you along with him as he reaches out with his claws, eyes glowing like low pan.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Well, that's exciting, guys.
So, in typical combat fashion, Dixon and Thulsa, you guys, I would say, are in what are the ranges again?
Close, medium, long,
Completely safe. I think we're in the
There's
completely
4
safe
ranges.
range.
Hold on. You guys are going to be so Dixon and Thulsa. You are in
Adjacent,
long.
close, long.
You're in long range.
range?
Okay.
Okay.
David, you are in close range, but not adjacent. Sharpe, you are adjacent.
Okay.
Lucky you. And so there's no initiative, but what I'm going to tell you is like what he would do if you do nothing. So he is basically going to attack you. Basically, he's going to grab you and probably try to stab you with holographic light phenomena scalpels.
Okay.
That will be effective.
What I would like to do is
Before
I
you
want to
do
try and
anything,
what?
can I just say, Mike? I don't know if you recall what we talked about in last session about.
Let's find out what they want.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah. However, this guy doesn't seem to want anything but like suffering, right? Like that kind of seems to be his
End the
deal.
suffering.
Right. So, John, if he was floating in the air, I'm going to kind of do like a rolling forward somersault under him, right? And I want to try and see where the hologram is being projected from. And if I can determine what that is, I'm going to put a shotgun shell through it.
Okay. Got it. Okay. What is David? What are the rest of you guys going to do?
I'm going to do something very different, but do you guys want to go first? Because mine's going to be a bit of a left field. Or I can just go for it. I'm gonna shout out. Stay your hand, doctor. The patient has been given mepropobonate and trazodone. He is subdued and requires further inspection before surgery. Respect your own license, fool. That is what you're here for. And I'm going to use my psychiatry, if I can, to bonus that. I don't know.
Sure. Okay.
I'm trying to get him to stop. But
Okay. I got it.
Okay.
And the rest of you guys?
John, does this is there a bag or a pack near this corpse? Did he have anything specifically that I could just like grab quickly and then run?
No,
or is he
unfortunately
just like
not.
naked? Okay.
But one more detail on him though is that he has a badge on him, like a doctor's badge that clearly identifies him as, although it's flickering in and out of existence, of a cloud bank employee.
Okay, like an ID card or something that we could just
like an ID card, yeah, sort of thing, like a little snap thing that you put on your pocket, you know.
An ID badge that's flickering in and out of existence refers to this new ghost in the machine.
Right.
I think Matt was actually talking about the corpse.
Yeah, the corpse.
The corpse. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, the corpse doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But does the corpse wearing a lab coat, does it have a badge? Like, is this by any chance connected with this guy?
You're not sure? It's too rotted. Really
Okay.
bad, like really deteriorated.
All right.
But nothing nearby the rotted corpse that we can grab. Like, is he wearing clothes? Yeah.
It looks like he was wearing clothes at one time, but they've thoroughly deteriorated.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna book it towards the door.
Okay.
I'm going to actually, with the crowbar, move the corpse and see if there's any chance that something under it was preserved or protected. A badge, ID,
Okay.
anything.
So, all right. So everything kind of happens at once. So Sharpe, you're the most present there. So like you do your duck and roll sort of underneath it. So let's see. It's going to back you here. So I need you to make actually, yeah. Let's see who. I would say Sharpe and David. I need you guys both to make sanity saves, please.
That is just not my strong point.
Yeah.
I rolled a 0-0 and another 0-0, John.
You rolled two
That's-
0-0s. You rolled 100 2 times in a row.
No,
Wait,
sorry, I only have the tens place for my 10-sided, so I rolled a 100.
you rolled a 100. Okay, so that's like not good. Wait, is that
good.
the? No, wait, that's the best one. That's the best one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it's
a critical
0-0-0 to
success.
99, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought I was.
Oh yeah,
my-
you rolled a 0. Yeah, not 100.
Right.
David.
My target is 25. I roll a 56.
Okay, so you failed.
Yes.
So you're going to take a stress. As you, this is from just witnessing the thing, right?
Sure, of
again,
course.
like it's just like, what the fuck is this? Sharpe, you already saw the one with the kid. You're like, I know what this is, and so you immediately kind of go into action. I'm going to say with your critical success that you dodge out of the way of its grasping claws and underneath it as you wanted to, and you come up. And you're able to focus instead of on it, on wherever it's coming from, right? The projector that you're looking for. Unfortunately, you don't see anything,
Okay.
which is basically the same thing that happened with the kid, with Richie as well. Like
Boy,
there was
yeah.
no indication of any source for the holographic projection, which is unnerving in itself.
Okay.
It does not seem to, as it whirls around, it seems to ignore David completely. Dixon, you're rolling over the body, pulling it aside. It's a messy business. Part of the body actually separates when you're pulling it apart, giving an awful squick sound, and congealed blood and viscera sort of pool out, and you don't seem to see anything that would be useful.
Yeah, a few
It's
vertebrae,
really
maybe.
not that different from having to clean up a decompression accident in an airlock when you're the new guy on the construction site. So
True, gross.
I feel all right about this. All right, I'll shrug and hide behind the tower.
Yeah, you guys are very far away, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking
Yeah,
around. I'll
I
be
mean-
looking around to see if there's any other exits or clues or anything that might help me work out what to do about this screaming doctor guy.
Oh, and Thulsa is like booking it back towards the door too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not taking the direct route, John, but just like skirting around the outside. I don't want to run into this guy.
Right. Let me check the range thing here. Long, far enough away. You'd have to.
I have it. I just wrote it down. Longest 100 meters, 20 to 100 meters.
Yeah, but there's like, where's the? Here it is. What can I do?
You can
Move
shoot it.
somewhere within close range and then do one thing. So move somewhere within long range during the round. Okay.
Yeah.
So that basically means Thulsa, that you can make it to the door if you do nothing else. So that's what you're doing, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you just
I am noping the scalpel ghost.
you just run as fast as you possibly can. I do need you though, like because now you're sort of approaching David and Sharpe, and you get a good look at this horrific figure. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Sanity save.
Okay.
Oh, me too.
You mean
Uh,
Thulsa?
Alright,
no,
I already
you're-
made
no,
mine. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That is a so close. A fail. A 49 over 45.
Okay. So one more stress. You're at 9. Ooh, and I get to switch
Is
you to
that-
yellow. I get to use a fun
is
button.
Oh boy. Wait, is that the bad one? If I fail a sanity as a scientist, doesn't that do? stuff
Yeah,
to
close
other people?
PCs take 1 stress. Sweet. All right. Yeah. So,
Not me.
not you.
Not me. I'm
Yeah.
not close.
Rick and David, you both are going to take 1 more stress from seeing Thulsa kind of freak out a little bit when she kind of runs at full strength back towards the door. Ooh, and that puts David in the red.
Oh, you're welcome.
So David's now at 15. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't so much the presence of the ghost in the machine, David. It's more that the fact that Thulsa doesn't seem to be handling it that well that causes you to sort of like get a little bit more stress.
Yeah, she's got a thing for scalpels, and
All right, cool. All right, so that's that. So the next round, it's going to, let's see, I'm going to randomly just stick with Sharpe. So Sharpe, it's going to turn around after you kind of slid in between its leg, and it's going to attempt to attack you again.
Okay.
Pause. And its blades.
Okay.
What are you guys going to do?
I want to,
John. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I want to shout out, who suffers? Who suffers?
Okay.
And see if it responds to any kind of interaction.
Got it.
I'm going to train my electro harpoon, inscribed with Ishmael sends regards, on the server rack at the functioning servers and shoot it with the goal to short circuit them.
Okay.
If I can.
Got it.
This is a long shot. I'm trying to think of something that might help Sharpe in this situation, dealing with this thing. Just in case it's helpful, she fumbles and she pulls out this shard of mirror that came from that bathroom. It was like the broken mirror in the bathroom upstairs. She's going to chuck that over to Sharpe, kind of like skid it across the floor, not throw it so it'll break, but just kind of skid it. Hopefully, so that maybe just like showing this thing itself, maybe there's some kind of self-awareness that could help in suffering. I don't know. She's at the loss, but she wants to help, but she's going to do that and try to open the if she can do that and try to open the door.
Okay. And Dyson?
I haven't gone yet.
I already said what I did.
Oh, sorry. What were you going to do, Dyson? Sorry.
Shouting, who suffers? Who suffers? Trying to get its attention and get it to interact.
Got it. And Sharpe.
I'm going to set off the EMP mine.
Really? Okay.
Nice.
I still actually have that on my character sheet.
I've got it on my character sheet.
Roll a d6. 1
Arm
to 3, Ted has it. 4 to 6, Mike has it.
No, I was carrying it the whole time with the syringe and everything, and then we traded.
No, you weren't, because it was in my Stanley lunchbox.
It was
just roll a dice. Or John, I don't want to GM for John. Sorry.
I mean, otherwise I'll run over to Ted, shoot him in the face, take the EMP mine, and then set it up.
In that case, you've got it. I don't want it.
Okay. Go ahead, Ted. I rolled a 6.
No. I don't want to get shot in the face just for an EMP mine. It's all yours, pal.
All right. I pull out the EMP mine and I'm like, oh, boom, and I hit the button.
Okay, so a lot of stuff going on simultaneously. So Sharpe, first of all, a mirror catches underneath your foot.
Okay.
And at the same time you're pulling out your EMP grenade. David is firing his harpoon at a server tower, and Dixon is shouting out at the thing at the same time. So, David, you first of all, this also happens simultaneously, but just kind of piece it together here. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
You fire off that harpoon into the server rack. Okay.
I'll say this to try to not cheese, but I assume an electric harpoon gun is insulated on my side from said electricity. I shot the rack with the goal of not killing myself. Yeah.
Otherwise, that would be extremely bad.
The best part will be when you discover this is the server controls for the life support in this room. Good thing I've got my helmet on.
What's the hold on a second. What's the Don't mind me
panicking a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you fire the harpoon at the server rack and it connects, and there's like a burst of electrical energy, but that is then completely subsumed as like you can see like the electrical energy sort of start to course up the tower, lightning fast, right? But then Sharpe activates the EMP grenade at the same time, right? And then you just like as it kind of like goes out in a huge radius, immediately shuts down that server rack, all the other server racks, and David.
That's amazing.
I
I didn't think about that.
David
That's
Fireball.
really good. That's
I
really
was
good.
wondering about
Oh
that.
my God, he did it again. Every campaign, this guy.
Oh my God! Wait till we put you in your cloud of victims.
Now, the truly terrible thing about it all, though, is as everything goes dark, the vac suit headlamps out.
What's the radius on this, John? Am I affected at long range?
What did I say? I actually did make a ruling for that way back.
I thought you said it was like 20 feet or something, not huge.
It was a small. It was.
You're right. You're right. Okay,
regular
so yeah,
room
Dixon,
size,
you're fine. Yeah, but Thulsa, your headlamps go out.
I would say David is already always all the way out at the entrance, right?
That's where you're right near that because you're right by the first tower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I went past
it's-
that to go find the ghost.
David is like pretty much
Okay.
right near you. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he drops to the ground. That tower goes out. The headlamps on Thulsa go out. Any lights that you're carrying go out. And the horrible thing is that the ghost does not.
Does not care.
It does not care.
Oh.
Yeah. So it reaches for you. I need you to make me a sanity save at disadvantage.
Okay.
Am I shouting at it, catch its attention in any way?
Oh my God!
It
So
did
my
not,
first roll
actually.
is a 22.
Doesn't appear to respond anyways, Dixon. Yeah.
First
Right.
roll is a 22. God damn it! Second roll is a 56. So I fail.
56 is the worst one, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to gain 1 stress.
Okay.
You're going to lose 2 sanity.
Okay.
Oh,
And you're going to
Mhm.
gain 1 bends.
Ooh.
way nastier than Little Richie.
Let's see. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on. That's my bad. Take all that shit back. That was a different attack that I didn't. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm just
So,
gonna get.
You can
punctured
do
full.
that one too, John. It's okay.
yeah. So your bends goes.
He deserves it.
Yeah, so get your sanity back. I'm sorry about that. This is the claws. I'm sorry. They're like his hands are gonna go through. So still a sanity save. What was the first thing you rolled on the sanity save?
22, and
Which
then a
is-
56.
22. Is that a save or
22 is a success.
okay? It would have been a normal one, so you actually did succeed.
It
It's
actually
actually
would be a critical success.
a
'Cause it was
critical
double.
success too. So I'm going to say that because of your encounter with Richie, again, sort of similar to the critical success that you just got, that you're kind of aware of what this thing is capable of doing. So you know that it's like it's technically an illusion, right? At least that's what you're able to tell yourself this time around, right? So you are brave enough to sort of like take it, and so like the hands sort of enter your body, but your mind like fortifies, and you basically ignore all of the damage that would have been caused by your mind confusing it for actual nerve pain. Does that make sense?
I feel betrayed, John, personally, but you know,
Sorry, David.
all right, it's fine.
Yeah, so we're past time, so we're actually gonna have to kind of leave it here, which is kind of a bummer. But we're already kind of pushing it, so we should do so. So we're gonna have to leave it in the midst of combat or the midst of this encounter, whatever ends up happening here. So this might not technically be the end of David. It depends on what you want to do, right? You basically switched him off, right? Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an EMP. EMPs are temporary in video
Yeah,
games.
I mean, as long as Matt can like turn them back on.
Yeah, and I do have a Sharpie in my my tool chest, so he's gonna have all kinds of dicks on his face when he wakes up.
but yeah, he does drop to the ground. So that's that.
All right.
Where's your
Incredible.
restart button, David?
Well, I'll tell you exactly where it is, but you're not going to like it.
It's
I
internal.
know,
isn't it?
I know where it is. Come on, guys. We don't need to talk about it. It's unpleasant.
Okay, so
It's the no man's land, my friend. No man's land. Anyway, yeah,
all right, we'll leave it there. Good session, guys. Lots of stuff we go.
that was awesome. Yeah,
You get to live one more week, Mike.
It is. Okay, we'll leave it there. All right, so thank you all for watching and or listening to episode 6 of our Gradient Descent campaign with Mothership. This has been 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. You have a solemn duty. That duty is to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we publish new material. You have a few bucks on you. Want to hook us up with a Patreon subscription? You will get access to our exclusive Return to Dolmenwood campaign. The first 2 episodes, 0 and 1, are freely available to watch, but starting with episode 2, they will be Patreon exclusive. So go ahead and check that out. You also get a few extra bennies, access to secret channels on our Discord server, which otherwise is free to join. And there's lots of very excellent people on that server at all hours of the day. Come in and come chat with us. Thanks, as always, to David for doing the artwork, the overlay, the animation, and the graphics for this stream, and for friend of the channel, Hank, otherwise known as Hellrude, for doing the intro music. We really appreciate it. Links to their portfolios are down below in the description. Please go check out their sites and their incredible artwork. And thanks, as always, to our patrons, our explorers, our delvers, and especially our conquerors. I have the distinct pleasure tonight to read those names aloud. No new ones this time around, but that's okay. We have David's evil twin, Dogleaf, Mike Butts, John Buchek, Scott Fournier, Sophia Peng, Carl Stephenson, Necrotic Gnome, Demi 1997, Eric Manley, Todd Jeffcoat, Tyler Hackenberg, Christo Lute, Julian, Jofo, Brutes Monkeys, Joshua Owens, The Mighty Martian, Christopher Bishop, Banana Hammock, AJ, Joe, Michael Sauer, Adam Lovelace, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Dustin Reedy, King of Jupes, Rock of Sages, Arcane Lane, MP, Todd, the Hexbregel Twins Ain't Got Jack, Robert Kenyon, Steve, Jeff Marino, Alan Barton, Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami ND, Samuel Dillon, Yesterday's Glory, Mike Small, Richard Barton, Isaac, 2D10 plus 25, DTL Spencer, James Boyle, McBug, Doc Jones 73, Chris Loricella, Jackson Bates, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Staps. Now it's time for the Davids. Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett, Mercury 605, Ruben K, Dar Jr., Procyon, Dakota Nielsen, Cam, Stephen Quisenberry, John and Law Logan, Kabrowskis, Magic Meat Machine, Tom Leary, Bill, Nakano, Nick, Eric Lawson, Mando NZ, Jimbo, WA, Ted Gast, James Doig, Various Gamer, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, Adam and Nora, MM, Michael Schilling, Stefano DiMaiolo, Ash Gabrielle, Chongus, Hexbregel Twins Got Milk, Arno, Iona, Michael Walker, Mother of Romulus, Hand Dandler, Summon Toast, Too Rude, Too Ishvan, R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adam, Scott Earsley, Mechjack, Kick Maniac, Dire Grew, Tom Eric Garrettson, last but not least, the Mats. Matthew Mattis, Mads the Danish Matt, Matt Walsh, Matt Mason, Matt Koenig, and Matt Young. Thank you, as always, to that extremely long and pleasurable list of conquerors, and to all of our patrons. Thank you for your continuing support. We really do appreciate it. And everyone have a great week, and we will see you next time. Take care.
See you later. Thank you,
Thank you,
John.
John.
Thanks, John.